where traders come to build habits that help them trade forever. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the trading metrics that really matter. When you're building a new strategy, or when I was building a new strategy, a question that I asked myself often is, what really matters? What data should I be collecting? What should I be looking for? Why why should I record this versus that? How do I actually begin to build out a record of what actually mattered in the past so I can figure out what's going to happen in the future? So today I'm going to answer that question for you and show you how I answer that question for myself. All right, let's get straight to it. So in the previous video, I began to go over this very, very slightly. A spreadsheet like this. I have many other spreadsheets like this for different pairs and different time frames, different times. And I wanted to get deeper into it today and share with you guys the metrics that I believe truly matter. So, to get started off, I have this spreadsheet. Like I said, I've talked about it a bit before. And on this spreadsheet, I like to record the data of what really matters to me. Um, I start off with the day of the week. So the day of the week is important to me because eventually I want to cut out some of these days of the weeks. I want to figure out which days of the week tend to be the most effective, which days of the week tend to have the highest probability of a long term play beginning or ending. I have the date, meaning like where in the month did this happen? Did this happen at the beginning of the month, the end of the month? Where did this happen? I create a hyperlink. So for every single setup that we have here, minus the top one, because it's so far back in history, um, we have a link that says the exact setup. I'm not gonna go over that setup, but yeah, this is just me recording one version of a setup and going over, okay, like how far did it go? How much did I risk? What time? What type of action was it? The price of the entry, the price of the stop loss. Um, and so, like, once you begin to build out your strategy, like we previously went over, of what your targets generally look like, you'll begin to um, you'll begin to build out a framework for how to hit those targets. How often are those targets hit in the past? And how you can continue to show up to be along for the ride. So we'll definitely get into Fibonacci and Fibonacci extensions in a later video. But today, one of the biggest things I wanted to go over is news. It seems that one of the things that I've found is that the setups that last the longest, the setups that seem to be desired. This is U and D means desirable and undesirable. The setups that tend to be desirable for me seem to almost always happen either the day after a news day in yellow or in green a news day. And so that led me to get a deeper understanding into, okay, I need to study these news events. So definitely check out. You can go to Forex Factory, and can even from here you can like filter out different pairs, so you can different currencies, so you can see what you can only so you can focus on what's important to you. So like if you're trading the US stocks, you basically only need to look at the USD and the USD events. So the events that happen with the dollar, the HPI, the PMI, the ISM manufacturing PMI, the FOMC, that's super, super important. But yeah, essentially go through this as you're trading and you'll be able to figure out, oh, okay, like this news event typically has this effect on the markets. And as you begin to pull out more and more hyperlinks and more data, you'll be able to understand more and more about what you can expect out of the markets and how you should show up when the markets are doing one thing or another thing. So cool. That's those are the metrics that I believe matter. Again, later on we'll go into um, Fibonacci and my secrets around Fibonacci and why I tend to have um, these types of numbers for targets. Um, but yeah, as you begin to make a spreadsheet and become more like a financial institution yourself, you'll begin to build out different um, you'll begin to build out different data sets and you'll begin to understand, okay, like generally this setup happens out of consolidation. Generally this setup happens in a trending market. Generally this happens at this time in the morning. um, so pick a time frame and then pick a time of the day or a session that you want to show up and then begin collecting data for as far back as you can. And I'm sure that you'll find recurring themes, patterns, and ways that can help you trade forever. So this is Trade Haven Eternal, and I thank you for your time. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and let's keep trading.